for it. Yes, I have welcome to Black Talk Show. I have Rosa White here with me today. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Tina. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on the show. I appreciate it. Okay, let me go to my questions. So can you just tell us a little bit about yourself?
So my name is Rosa White. I own a business. I'm the CEO, the owner. I wear all the hats in my business. Total Body Fitness with Rosa. I started the business, been in business now for about 7 years. What started me on this journey was I lost siblings to underlying health issues. So over the past 15 years, I've lost 5 siblings to underlying health issues: high blood pressure, diabetes, and high cholesterol. I initially started working out. I've always been athletic, even in elementary, middle, and high school. I initially started working out just to get myself healthier. But after I started losing so many siblings, I said to myself, how can I make this bigger than myself? How can I expand this so that other people can get healthy along with me? So I started teaching classes in parks, the local neighborhood parks, wherever I could find a place to teach a class, or wherever I can find a group that was willing to come in and take the class with me. So that went really well. I did that for about 2 years. I was still working my corporate job, but there was something screaming inside of me that I wanted to do this full time. At that time, was not financially able to do it full time. I needed to keep working. But 2 years later, I said to myself, let me just walk out on faith. So my job at that time, I was working for in corporate America. They wanted to send me to either Costa Rica or California, transition my position to either one of those places. And I declined, and I decided to take the money and run, so to speak. So I said to myself, do it now. It's either now or never. So, we have to do a lot of talking to ourselves when we're leaving a position where we have a steady income. You understand?
Yes.
A steady
Yes.
income, right? And going into the unknown, not knowing what it's going to look like financially. So I stepped out on a leap of faith. Initially, I was not making a lot of money, and it's not all about the money, but I do have to make a living. It's more about helping people to live healthier lifestyles. So that started my journey almost 7 years ago. And as I started to do more and more classes, I wanted to have a larger platform. So I expanded the business into medical centers, country clubs, community centers, churches, wherever I can go and find a group that would allow me to work out with them and to help them to just get into the habit of just living healthy, working out as a lifestyle and living healthy as a lifestyle. So for me, it's not about one workout. It's not about eating one time healthy. It's about living, it's about lifestyle changes. So that's my platform, to help people to make lifestyle changes so that they can live a healthier, to be a healthier them, a healthier self.
Okay. So let me just start at, so that you told me why you became interested in fitness is because of family members and their health issues that made you decide to go into fitness. Is that right?
Absolutely. And I knew that I saw my brothers and my siblings, my brothers and sisters, they did not take good care of themselves. Most of them, well, the 5 that I spoke about, I had 6 that actually passed away, but 1 did not pass away from those complications. The 5 of them had complications of the diabetes, high blood pressure, and cholesterol. So yeah, that started me on that journey because I wanted to help others to just understand that just by taking a walk, Tina, just by taking a walk can help you with those cholesterol numbers, those high blood pressure numbers.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's what started me, was losing the siblings is what kind of got me in this mode of take better care of your health. Be proactive instead of reactive.
Okay. Can you share some effective strategies to motivate, adopt healthy habits and maintain it in an active lifestyle?
So that's a easy question, but it's not, because maintaining a healthy lifestyle is, it sounds, you can, people say it, but it's not easy. It's not easy for me, Tina.
Yeah.
Listen, I eat healthy most of the times,
Uh-huh.
but I do love, I love, I've allowed myself to eat and eat. If I crave something, Tina,
Hmm.
I'm gonna have it. If I wait
Yeah.
15 minutes, maybe I won't, but I'm gonna have it. But I tell people, try to eat just about whatever you want, but eat it in moderation.
Moderation. Okay.
But keep in mind that some people cannot eat certain things because of health issues. But I don't restrict myself, and I don't hold myself hostage to food. And it's difficult to for me, and I tell people this for myself also. If you are, and I don't believe in diets. I don't like that word diet. I use the
Okay.
word food plan. But
Hmm.
if you're starting a, let's say like a trendy diet or something, let's say you're doing vinegar and water, or you're doing grapefruits, or you're doing smoothies or shakes, is that something you can see yourself doing as a lifestyle? So if I cannot drink shakes for the rest of my life, Tina,
Uh-huh.
I cannot, I cannot eat salads for the rest of my life. I tell people, whatever you're going to be eating, think about, can you eat this as a lifestyle? For me, I just believe in eating my vegetables, my fruits, my meats, my lean meats, my baked, stay away from fried foods as much as possible. Uh, remember your salt and sugar intake, and just try to go back to the basic uh, food group plan. Eat your breads, your meats. I don't believe in cutting out certain food foods out of your plan, your food plan, or whatever you're eating. I don't believe in taking out, now sugar and salt, that's different. But I don't believe in people removing let's say, for example, removing carbohydrates. We need carbohydrates.
Hmm.
I believe in eating the proteins, the carbohydrates, limiting the sugar, the salt intake, and just kind of overall watching what, if you have health issues going on, listen to your doctor, whatever they say you can eat. Um, I don't know if I answered your question, but I hope I did.
Yeah.
If I did, I'll be willing to elaborate a little bit more.
Oh, that's fine. You did good. Uh, how do you address common challenges or barriers faced when trying to achieve your fitness and lifestyle?
I'm sorry, repeat that question.
How do you address common challenges or barriers facing when you're trying to achieve the fitness and lifestyle you want?
Okay, once again, I go back to remembering that it is a lifestyle. And I tell people, I know sometimes people come to me and say they can't stay consistent. Consistency is key when it comes to healthier eating and to working out. Sometimes people say, Rosa, I know it's easy for you because you teach. It's not easy for me to stay consistent. Some days I want to sleep in. I teach about 16 classes a week. I always show up, and I show up always ready to motivate and encourage. But see, that I enjoy and I love what I do. And if you love what you do, it's not work. I try to keep my clients motivated. And people get discouraged because people want normally people want to see results quickly.
Mm-hmm.
We're living age where people want to see the results really quickly. And when you start working out, you may start to gain some weight, but you're gaining muscles, and instead of the body fat, you're gaining muscles. So in order to keep people encouraged, I said, and remember, this is a lifestyle. If you miss one time working out, don't beat yourself up. Get back on it as soon as you can. Keep moving. My thing is keep moving. Keep moving, and think of, when you're thinking about working out, when you think about eating health, you think about it as a lifestyle. And if you don't live in the moment with it, and you think of that, you're doing this to live healthier in the future, then it helps to encourage you a little bit more that, even though you miss a day, even though you miss several days, you can, as soon as possible, you can get back into this healthier lifestyle habit.
Okay. Can you describe a success story of a client who has significant transformation under your coaching?
Absolutely. So that one, I'm excited about that one. So I teach ages, well, I'm certified to teach ages 16 to whatever. There's no limit on the maximum age. Um, most of my clients are 50 plus, but I have this one client at a facility. I can't, name the facility or
Yes,
name
that's fine.
her specifically, but she came into my class. It was a cardio and strength training class where you sit in a chair. And people, when you think of a chair workout, but a chair workout can be just as beneficial as standing. Whatever you can do in a chair, you can do standing. And whatever you can do standing, you can do in a chair. She came in on a walker, right? And she was looking around. She said, I don't know if I can do this. She said, I'm gonna, stay, and I would like to sit on the side and just observe, the class this time and see if I can do it. I said, that's fine, because I encourage people to do that. When you go into a class, if you're not sure of the fitness level, if you're not sure that you can actually do the class, but I tell everybody to try, because any class can fit any fitness level. And I tell most of my clients that. But she sat on the side with her walker, and she observed, I think about 15 minutes, maybe less. Then she decided to come over into the area where we were and take a chair. She left her walker by the side. She did the class. She finished the class, was a 45-minute class. She did what she could. She came, after that, she came, it's once a week, and she came every week. Now she's able to not only do the class without having that walker as a security blanket. She leaves a walker to the side. She comes in and she sits in, and she still brings a walker with her, because sometimes people get, they use these as crutches or security blankets, so to speak. But now she comes and she's become so strong physically and mentally. She's able to let go of the walker, come into the class, take the class, last 45 minutes. And because we use weights in the class, she has become, using those weights has strengthened her so much in her bones and her muscles. She is my success story.
Okay.
And when I see her, sometimes I want to cry, because I remember she first came in, she was on that walker. She refused to let go of that walker. Now she leaves the walker to the side. Sometimes she don't even bring the walker in the room, in the classroom.
Oh, that's
So
good. Yeah. That's
yes,
awesome.
so just by her attending every week has enabled her to develop stronger bones and muscles, develop mentally, strengthen her mind herself, because it's a lot of times it's mental.
Mm-hmm.
Because if your mind does not tell you can do something, then you're not going to think you can do it.
Yeah.
But the body will not take you where the mind will not go. So her
Yes.
mind would not go there, but now her mind goes there, and so does her body. So she's become so much physically stronger and mentally stronger from sticking with the class, doing the cardio and the strength training. And I
Okay.
think she's in her 80s.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about your book. You're a writer also. What inspired you to start writing a children's book?
Well, I don't really consider myself a writer.
Yeah.
I don't know. Not
Not yet.
It's funny. And then I don't know. It's funny when people label me as an author. I'm humbled by that. I really am. I'm really growing more each time. I'm growing more and more in this area. It's easy for me to put finger to I'm not gonna say pen to paper, because I don't do that. It's easy for me to put paper, my hands to the computer,
Keyboard. Yeah.
and come up with like 4 to 10 pages. I don't know. It just, by the, and I thank God, because it just comes. Um, how I got started on this journey, I went in with a group. I was asked to join, this was about 2 years ago. I was asked to join a book anthology called Sister to Sister. I was asked by one of my dear NCBW sisters, Rhonda Williams Turner, and I want to shout her out because she's actually helped to bring this out in me. I started writing maybe about 15 years ago, and I put it down, and I actually was writing with pen and pencil and paper then. And I put it down, and I never picked it back up. But when I was asked to join this book anthology, I felt like it was like a divine thing, like, God was coming back to me saying, let's not give up on this. So I said, can I really do this? And I was like hesitant, but I said, okay, I'm on board. And I put together, I think, I did a chapter. I think my chapter was, I'm trying to remember, maybe 12 pages. I don't know, 12 to 15 pages.
Mm.
But I got bitten by the writing bug. So did very well with that book. And then I decided to venture out and do a children's book. And how the children came about is that, like right now, I often say, do something, do it if you have to do it afraid.
Yeah.
So who knows if I'm not afraid doing this right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So my thing is, I talk to myself and say, do it. Don't limit yourself, because God does not put limitations on our gifts. So I don't want to put limitations on my gifts. So and I don't know if if God wants that to be one of my gifts, but listen, I'm still writing, so I'm
You're
just
right.
taking it
Yeah.
as God is. It's divine intervention. So
Yeah.
I was bitten by the writing bug, and I decided to do that sister to sister book. And then after that, as I mentioned, I was thinking of children, and not only just children, but I was thinking of some of the things that stopped me from doing things. And fear is one of the things.
Hmm.
Fear, and also fear of different things. Fear of speaking in public, fear of heights, fear of snakes. It goes on and on.
Yeah.
So thinking about fear, I wanted to talk about fear, but I wanted to do it in a way that anybody could really resonate with it. So I decided, I've always loved birds.
Yes.
I love cardinals and bluebirds. So I couldn't decide if I wanted to do the cardinal or the bluebird. So the bluebird came to me in a dream. And not the next day, a couple of days later, there was a bluebird outside my window. So I knew that was the main character was going to be a bluebird. So, and I
Okay.
wanted to talk, even though the book is written for children, anybody can resonate with the storyline, because it talks about fear and
Okay.
overcoming fears. And then after that, I was asked to be by Matthew Santana. I was asked to be in another women book, and I said, "Wow, wow, wow, wow!" Another anthology. I'm thinking, I wasn't really in my head thinking of doing another anthology, but Matthew said, "Come on, you can do this," and he encouraged me, and I went in on the Rebirth of a Woman.
Uh-huh.
And that was that came out in February this past year. And I just submitted my second children's book to Matthew. It's in with him now for publishing and editing. The Lion That Could Not Roar. So
Okay.
The Bird That Could Not Fly. It's a series of books, and I love writing about animals that are supposed to do things, but they're
Hmm.
not able to do them unless they are really pushed to the edge,
Uh-huh.
pushed to the edge where they're about to fall off, and they have to develop this inner strength to be able to do the things they were naturally born to do. So it's The Bird That Could Not Fly. That was the first one. The second one, which is going to be hopefully out by this fall, The Lion That Could Not Roar, and the third one will be The Alligator That Could Not Bite.
All right.
Yeah.
So you got the bug now to write, don't you?
Yes. So I don't know. I sit down and I try to, whenever I'm on a project, I try to write something every day. And then when I get that crunch time, because we all get busy. I get that crunch time when it's almost deadline for us to turn the chapter in. I may put together like 3 pages in one day. It comes. I don't.
It comes. Yeah.
It just flows. I
Yeah.
just thank God it flows. So yeah, but thank you for saying I'm a writer, so that that's gonna at some point that's gonna resonate with me, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna
Own it.
accept own it. I'm gonna own it and accept it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Uh, can you share some challenges you faced while you were writing books? Are you overcame them?
So some of the challenges is I always face is where to start,
Hmm.
because as you might know, because you're an author as well.
Hmm.
When you're starting, you're all over. Your mind is like all over the place. Like you're all over the place. You have to kind of hone in on.
Where you want?
And then I just throw a lot of stuff. I just write a lot of stuff, a paragraph of the paragraph, and then I go back and I kind of reorganize it
Hmm.
and kind of get it kind of aligned with where I want the beginning to what I want the beginning to look like, and put it in kind of some kind of order. So that's the biggest challenge I face is where to begin,
Where to begin? Okay.
because I'm dreaming about stuff. I'm
Yeah.
getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm writing down stuff, and I'm just writing on. So you don't know where this is going to start. So how do I want to start this? That's
Hmm.
my biggest challenge. And the other challenge is that sometimes I'm a procrastinator.
Hmm.
So as I mentioned to you previously, I get sometimes right at that that deadline, that drop dead deadline.
Yeah,
And
yeah, that's me
and I'm
too.
in, because I don't like to hold, I'm not the one that wants to hold the project up. I never want to be that girl.
Yeah.
Never that girl that people are waiting for on me before they can launch for me to get my chapter ready. So I'm never that person.
Mm-hmm.
So I was, as I said, I'll sit down and I may write 4 or 5 pages in one day if I wait, and a lot of times I do.
Mm-hmm.
I wait until I'm right at the door of the deadline.
Yeah.
So that the challenges I wait, I'm going to answer by saying where to start. Number one, how to start the chapter, start the book off. Number two is procrastinating and waiting until I'm right at the deadline, not wanting to be that person to hold everybody else up, especially when a book anthology. If I'm doing it by myself, I can kind of be lenient with my deadline, but
Yeah.
I don't like to miss other people's deadline, because I know the other people have worked hard to meet that deadline, and I don't want to be that person that holds up the anthology.
Yeah. Okay. Uh, what role do illustration plays in the books? And I collaborated with illustrators to bring your book to life. Have you collaborated? Do you do the covers, or you have someone else do it, or how do you do?
No, so I let the publisher and the illustrators come up with all the cover ideas, and I just select what I like. This children's book illustrator was an amazing illustrator. The illustrations just popped,
Mm-hmm.
just popped. So he's gotten really busy. Wasn't able to use him did that this next time around the next book, but we found someone else, so we're sure that she'll do just as great a job. But the illustrations are everything when it comes to a children's book.
Mm-hmm.
The illustration have to speak to, they have to bounce, for me, they have to jump off the page.
Yeah.
Especially for when you're talking about a children's book, the illustration have to really jump this, something that really speaks to the kid to
Yeah.
get that wow factor.
Yeah.
The illustration have to be that wow factor. So only time I worked with illustrators was when I done the children's book. We didn't do illustrators with the book anthology.
Okay.
Did that answer your question
Yeah,
completely?
that answered my question. Yes. Uh, can you share some feedback or reactions from your particular uh touch or touch or inspired you? Like something that you have that inspired you to write, like anything that's touched you or that made you decide to start a writing or start. I know you talk about your fitness, your family, but as far as writing, what has inspired you to start a writing? Do you have anything
Um,
that?
I don't know if it's one thing that's inspired me. Well, I was inspired by just being asked. Just
Yeah.
been asked
Okay.
initially, that inspired me, like me, can I do this? So
Yeah.
that was inspiration. Just to be asked to be a part of a book anthology was inspiration for me.
Okay.
And as I said, after that, I became more and more inspired, and I don't know how many more, and I don't be concerned about putting out so many who's going to buy them, because I know that God bring people to us to bless us and for us to bless them. So I just keep. So far, my children's book has been the biggest seller,
Mm-hmm.
and the Sisters and Sister did really, really well as well. I haven't pushed the other book, Rebirth, as much, but I'm going to be doing several events coming up, several book selling events coming up now through the end of the year. So I'm looking forward to getting out there and pushing them all a little bit more.
Yeah, I've been
So yeah,
seeing you. I seen you doing the book tours, like for your book. I seen you do well with that, huh? I see.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yes.
like to see that. Also,
Those have gone well, and now people are reaching out to me. I had this guy reach out to me last night and said, we're going to have this book fair coming up in November. Are you interested? I said, yes, I am.
yes, yeah, yeah. Get your book
So
out
yeah,
there. Yes.
people are reaching out to me now. So, and and I was at another event. I'm going to be a really big event. I'm going to be a vendor for. And I said to the girl, I'm going to be selling my books. And she said, I know, I've seen your books. And I was like, we're Facebook friends, but we don't really know each other like that. So I was like really humble, and that she said, I've seen your books.
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah. They let you know people is watching. They might not say much, but they're watching.
but thank God for that. Yes.
Yeah,
And
yeah. Oh, and also you travel a lot. I see travel is a passion of yours, right?
yes, it is travel. Yeah. So I've always traveled, but I've never traveled on social media. So now
Yeah.
I'm traveling because I'm trying to, there's something behind, posting. I'm trying to get the memories out there because I love those flashback of memories from social media.
Yeah.
I love those. So that's why I post a lot more now to social media so that I can see the memories pop back up. But no, yes, I do. I've traveled this year because I didn't do just like everybody else. For 3 years, I was kind of freaked out about traveling. I
COVID.
got on a
Yeah.
cruise. Yes, I got on a cruise ship for the first time last December, and it was 4,500 people or
Hmm.
3,500 people, either 30. I was like, I didn't realize there were that many people on the ship, but it was a little, so, just to try to get back out there and get out with that many people. But now I'm feeling very comfortable with it. So, I'm traveling as much as possible. I got a few more trips coming up the rest of this year. I just thank God to be able to do that. And I thank him for all his blessings. I
Yeah.
don't take it for granted. I don't take it for granted.
Hmm.
So, I give back to community as well. I don't talk about, what I do as far as giving back, but I do give back. The people that I've given to, they know, and I don't say anything, and they don't say anything. So nobody needs to say anything. But
Yeah.
I feel, I serve God. I work hard and I play hard.
Yes, that's right. That's what you're supposed to do. Yeah. And so as your how do you do your fitness what days of the week? Is it every day of the week that you do fitness, or is it certain days of the week, or how is that?
5 days a week. I don't teach on Saturdays or don't teach on Sundays at all because
Hmm.
Sundays is my day to go to church and my day to to not that I don't serve God every day, but it's my day to go to church and my day to just relax and focus on me.
Hmm.
Saturdays I may teach if there's an event going on,
Hmm.
and somebody's asking me to do some Zumba or do some type of class, fitness class, or either I'll sub, if somebody need me to sub a class for them, I'll do that. But basically my working days are Monday through Friday. I usually start around 9. I'm usually finished around 2 o'clock most days. It's one day I'm done not until 3, but most days I'm done around 2 o'clock. So I love that.
Yeah.
Love that. Most days I start at 9 or either 9 or 10, and I teach about 15 to 17 classes a week.
Okay. Are they all in person, or do you do Zoom, or do you do a virtual, or all in person?
I will do virtual if I'm asked to, but right now everybody kind of wants to come back in. So I'm mobile. I go to the people. So wherever there's a group, as I said, my clientele are medical facilities, private
Hmm.
development, country clubs,
Hmm.
churches. So anywhere there's a group that I usually reach out to them or they reach out to me. Right now, my name is kind of out there in the community of especially those specific facilities I mentioned. So, and I thank God I don't have to do much advertising. I just thank God for that.
Yeah.
But I always have to think about because fitness is very up and down.
Hmm.
So I'm always having to think about the next contract, the next clientele. I don't do any personal training anymore because I don't have time, but I do entertain personal training if my schedule allows. But
Hmm.
mostly it's in group fitness. And I love group fitness because everybody's in there supporting each other, encouraging each other. We're all on
Yeah.
the same page. Everybody's there for the same goals. Some days a client, I'm always upbeat because of course my clients expect me to be, and that's the way I want to be. I'll always motivating and encouraging when I come into the classroom. I don't care if I've taught 4 classes that day already. I'm going to give my best to that class that's in front of me. And
Okay.
they know that about me. They will never know that I've already taught 4 classes. And I
Yeah.
won't, my mind would, I mean, my face won't show that. And my personality will not show that. Neither will the the format of the class show. I'll give them my all, whether I already taught that many classes. But
Oh,
I
you gotta
love it.
have.
That's what I love doing. Listen, and I get paid for what I love doing.
Yeah, that's right. That's a lot of classes to teach. You got the energy, honey.
Well, before the COVID, I was teaching 25 a week. I haven't gotten back to
Whoa.
that level. I haven't gotten back to that level. Yeah, I was teaching 25 a week before COVID shut things down. And I
Hmm.
was teaching virtually, but virtually I wasn't teaching as many because some people were having a difficult time just adjusting to virtual.
Hmm.
But now all of my clientele are back in person. They all want to be back in
Yeah.
the room, the classroom or the teaching room.
Yeah, because they can communicate with each other as well while they're
Yeah,
working out.
and that age group, the age group 50 and over, um, they use it as a social outlet.
Yeah.
It's a
Mhm.
social, so a lot of them, they were really depressed because some of them, my clientele, didn't even have family members during COVID. So they were at home by themselves. They
Mhm.
used the group fitness classes as a way of connecting with people socially. A lot of them became friends. They go out to socialize with each other after class. They go to breakfast together. It's a beautiful thing to see that.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's great. Well, I just want to thank you for coming on. Before you go, though, I want to tell us about your bodacious dream with your radical faith. That is my tagline for my show, and I always ask my guests that, what is your bodacious dream with radical faith? Could be faith in yourself, of course, faith in God, because we can't do nothing without Him. So, what is that for you?
What is my bodacious repeat?
Dream, bodacious dream with radical faith. Do you have something that you just that you is
Yes,
audacious about doing, or something that you are courageous about doing?
about serving God and getting closer to God, because I can do none of this. I
Mm-hmm.
definitely, it's not about me. Without God, I'm nothing. So I'm not ashamed to say I can do none of this without God.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I none of this.
Yeah.
Physically, mentally, like some things, I draw upon God's strength
Mm-hmm.
mentally and physically to do this. Listen,
Okay.
like you said, teaching that many classes a week.
That is
Listen,
something. That's big. That's big.
and I draw upon God's strength every day.
Yeah. Okay. So you have any closing remarks for the guest audience before we leave?
I just want to say, when it comes to taking care of your mental and physical health, um, love yourself. Love yourself, because most times, especially as women, we're caretakers. But I tell women, a lot of my clientele are women. I tell them, you cannot be the healthiest you for your family if you don't take care of yourself first.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing, believe in yourself. If there's something that you want to do it, even if you have to do it afraid.
Yes. 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 Thank you. I'm so happy to have you on the show today. I appreciate you coming on, and
Thank you, Kina.
I enjoyed our conversation.
Thank you so much for reaching out to me. I'm so humbled and honored that you allowed me to come on this show, Black to Black Talk Show. And all the best to you going forward. Many great success for the show.
All right. Thank you. The same to
I'm
you. I wish you
claiming it.
great.
I'm speaking life into it.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Have a great rest of the day.